Next are the group 17 elements. So group 17 element includes the halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. So these all elements include the group 17 element. These are named as halogens. So their general name is, all of these elements is halogens. Like we use the different names for different groups, like alkali metals or alkaline earth metals, and similarly chalcogens and other elements. So the name halogen is derived from the Greek word meaning sea salt producer, because the first three member occur as salt. So chloride, bromide and iodides, these are first three member occur as salts, that is chloride, bromide and iodides in seawater. So these are non-metallic, and last member of family astatine is the radioactive elements. So further there are comparative properties, so I will not go in the comparative property, as these are the similar trends as given in the book, and as we studied in the uh, earlier studies. So after that we will study the different compounds of the 17th group elements, or we can say that we will study the chemical properties of group 17 elements, like chemical properties of group 17 elements. These are the chemical properties of group 17 elements. First of all we will study the hydrides. So hydrides, all the halogens react with hydrogen to form the volatile hydride known HX, known as hydrogen halides. So hydrogen reacts with the halogens to form the hydrogen halides. The reactivity of halogens with hydrogen decreases from fluorine to iodide. For example, fluorine combines explosively with hydrogen even in the dark. So hydrogen is very much reactive with the fluorine, and it reacts even in the dark. So it doesn't need any stimulus to get converted into the hydrogen fluoride. Further, except the hydrogen fluoride, their melting, first of all, the further there are physical properties of these hydrides of halogen. Hydrogen fluoride is low boiling liquid, while HCl, HBr and HI are gases. Except hydrogen fluoride, their melting and boiling points increases with increase in the atomic mass of halogen. The anomalous behavior of HF is due to the presence of hydrogen bonding in the molecule. So out of HF, HCl or HBr or hydrogen iodide, HF is a liquid. This is most probably due to the presence of hydrogen bonding in hydrogen fluoride. So you know very well what is hydrogen fluoride. So it is the tendency of the attachment of hydrogen, which is present in a bond with the highly electronegative element. So this hydrogen attaches with the another molecule or another electronegative atom. So HF is found to have the zigzag structure. Further nature of bond, all the halides are covalent compound with some ionic character. This is indicated by low melting and boiling points of the hydrogen halides, and also by the fact that the compound in pure state are poor conductor of the electricity. The degree of ionic character decreases in the order. So further, HF, HCl, HBr and HI. So this is the order of degree of ionic character in the this way. So highest ionic character exists in the hydrogen fluoride. So this is due to the decrease in the electronegativity. So see, as the difference between the electronegativity is decreasing, the ionic character is also decreasing. So further thermal stability, the thermal stability of halides decreases from HF to HI. HF is the most stable, whereas HI is the least stable. So this can be explained on the basis of hydrogen bonding character. Further reducing character, the decreasing thermal stability of hydrogen halides from HF to HI indicates that reducing character increases down the group as reducing character means this is the trend for the reducing character. This is the trend for the reducing character. And how does it increases? It increases down the group. Reducing character means it oxidizes the other element. So HF is not a reducing agent at all. HCl is a weak reducing agent and HBr is the strong reducing agent, while HI is the strongest reducing agent among all the hydrate. HI is such a strong reducing agent that it is easily oxidized by the atmospheric air. So in general, the halide ion which is easily oxidized by X2 by 2, this is the halide, and it is oxidized to X2 plus 2 electrons. The electron which is to be removed during oxidation is closest to the nucleus in fluoride, and therefore it cannot be removed easily. Thus HF cannot be easily oxidized and is a poor reducing agent. On the other hand, the electron in iodide is away from the nucleus due to the large size of the iodine, so it can be easily removed. Thus HI is a strong reducing agent. Further acidic character, hydrogen halide are soluble in water and their aqueous solutions are acidic. The relative acidic strength of hydroacids of the group increases as we go down the group as HF, HCl, HBr, HI. So this order is the reverse of that expected on the basis of electronegativity. For example, in group 7, fluorine is the most electronegative halogen. The electronegativity gradually decreases as we move toward the iodine through chlorine and bromine, as fluorine is largest, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So these are the reducing character of halogens. Further, there are oxides of halogen. Oxide means all halogen form the oxide, that is they combine with the oxygen and form the oxides. Oxide mean oxidation of state of oxygen is O2 2 negative in case of oxides. So general formula, there are different kind of oxides like OF2 or Cl2, or there are other oxides. So because oxide of fluorine are called oxygen fluorides because fluorine is more electronegative than the oxygen. So like as when we write sodium, sodium chloride, we call it sodium chloride because here chloride is in negative form and chlorine is more electronegative than sodium. Similarly, fluoride of oxygen are called oxygen fluoride. Why? Because fluorine exists as the anion there and fluorine is more electronegative than the oxygen. All these oxides are powerful oxidizing agents and decompose explosively when subjected to mechanical shock or heat. Further, oxygen difluoride, it is prepared by the passing fluorine gas rapidly through 2% aqueous sodium hydroxide solution. So F2 reacts with the sodium hydroxide and result in the formation of OF2 plus NF plus H2O, 2F2, 2NaOH, OF2, 2NaF and plus H2O. Further, it is colorless poisonous gas and condenses to a pale yellow liquid. Second, it dissolves in water to form oxygen, but it explodes with the steam. So OF2 reacts with the water to form the O2 plus HF. It is readily hydrolyzed by a base giving oxygen. OF2 plus 2NaOH result in the formation of oxygen plus 2NaF plus H2O. Further structure of OF2. OF2 is a V-shaped structure with FOF bond angle of 103 degree. The structure can be easily explained on the basis of sp3 hybridization of oxygen. Two sp3 hybrid orbitals of oxygen overlap with 2p orbital of two fluorine atoms forming OF sigma bonds. Because of the sp3 hybridization of oxygen, it adopts tetrahedral geometry in which two positions are occupied by a lone pair of electrons. So first of all, hybridization in case of OF2, The hybridization is central atom is oxygen and outer electronic configuration of oxygen is 2s2 2p2, sorry 2p4. So 2s2 2p4, 1 2 3 and 4. So there are two unpaired electron. Further there are two fluorine atoms and each fluorine atom has one unpaired electron, as electronic configuration of halogens is p5. So there is one unpaired electron that combine with the oxygen, and further it result in the formation of sp3 hybridization. So OF2 and there are two lone, as in case of water there are two lone pair of electron and there are two fluorines combined to it, which result in the formation of V-shaped molecule. So dioxygen difluoride, it is further dioxygen difluoride, it is prepared by passing electric discharge through a mixture of oxygen and fluorine at about minus 196 degree Celsius. It is a yellow orange solid. First point is the properties. It is a yellow orange solid. Second point, it is highly unstable and decomposing into its elements even at minus 160 degree Celsius. Third point, it is very vigorous oxidizing and fluorinating agent even at low temperatures, that is at minus 150 degree Celsius. So these are its some properties of O2F2. So I was telling about O2F2. O2F2 is formed by the combination of oxygen and fluorine. It is formed by O2F2 with electric discharge at minus 119 degree Celsius. The O2F2, it is yellow colored. So let me repeat again once again. It is a yellow orange solid. It is highly unstable and decomposes into its element even at minus 160 degree Celsius. So it is highly unstable. It decomposes easily into O2 plus F2 at minus 160 degree Celsius. Further, it has a skew structure similar to H2O2. So skew structure means it has this kind of structure, O, O and F, F. This is the O2 F2 structure. This is book-like structure. As you open a book, there are pages. These are the pages. So similarly, it is the O2F2 structure, skewed structure. And here are different bond angles. Next, the chlorine monoxide. Chlorine monoxide has formula of Cl2O. So there are so many oxides. But first of all, you must know about the chlorine oxide has similar formula as F2O or OF2. You can write is F2O or OF2. Similarly, Cl2O or OCl2. So chlorine monoxide and difference is the chlorine monoxide or oxygen difluoride. This is called oxygen difluoride and this is called chlorine oxide. Why? Because here out of these electronegativity of the oxygen is higher than the chlorine. So what does it mean? Oxygen is present as a anion here, and it is called chlorine monoxide, and it is present as oxygen is present as a anion. Whereas in case of oxygen fluoride, electronegativity of fluorine is more than oxygen, so it is called fluorine is present as a anion. So as I told you there, we called sodium chloride as why sodium chloride, because chlorine is highly electronegative than sodium and it exists as a anion. So the element or atom which is present as anion will be called as ide. Ide suffix will be used for that. Here chlorine monoxide, here oxygen fluoride. So these are the meaning of their names. Further, their hybridization is again in case of Cl2O or chlorine monoxide, it is sp3. sp3 hybridization means when oxygen and other two atoms are present, It again means it has V-shaped structure with two lone pairs of electrons. This is chlorine monoxide. Similarly, there are chlorine dioxide or dichlorohexoside. So these all are similar type of. They have different hybridizations, and you have to write their structures. Further are the oxo acids. Oxo acids of halide. So there are hypochlorous acid, chlorous acid, chloric acid, and perchloric acid. So what is important in their study? First of all, their oxidation states. Like you have been asked in the, can be asked in the exam, write the oxidation state of chlorine here in or hypochlorous acid. Similarly, there is the chlorous acid HClO2. Similarly, there is the different chloric acid HClO3 or HClO4 perchloric acid. So these are different acids. You must know first of all their oxidation states. What is the difference between the oxidation state? And on the basis of oxidation state, you can be further asked to compare their acidities. So with the compound in the compounds where central atom will have higher oxidation state will have higher acidity as compared to the other compound with low oxidation state. So you can be asked in the trends in the relative acidic strength of oxo acids. So you can be asked in the exam that what is the cause of this order of acidity of these oxo acids, HIO. So you can see here that hydrogen and oxygen is present in all the compounds. What is the difference? Difference is the chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So you can be asked in exam to compare their acidic character or why does this order exist. So you can say that this can be explained on the basis of electronegativity of the halogen atom. So you can see the chlorine has higher electronegativity as compared to bromine and iodine. So therefore the tendency to withdraw electron from oxygen atom toward itself decreases from chlorine to bromine to iodine. As a result, the tendency to pull the electron from the hydrogen decreases. Consequently, the release of the proton ion from HCl will be easier than HBRO. Similarly, the release of proton ion from HBRO will be easier than HIO. Thus, the acidic strength decreases in this given order. Further, you can be asked in the exam that why does this order of acidity exist? HClO, hypochlorous acid, HClO2, HClO3, and HClO4. This is very important question. So why this order exists? This exists because oxidation state of chlorine is here +7, here +5, here +3, here +1. So increase in the oxidation state of central atom, as I told you earlier, result in the increase in the order of acidity of the compounds. So these are the basic reasons behind the order of acidity and basicity. Further are the interhalogen compounds. What are interhalogen compounds? What are interhalogen compounds? Interhalogen compounds. The compounds containing two or more halogen atom are called interhalogen compounds. Each halogen combines with every other halogen to form the interhalogen compound. This is very important question. Interhalogen compounds, and this is the very unique characteristic of halogens, as you can't see this in any other group, that atoms of the similar groups are combining among themselves. So interhalogen compound exists, and here one combined with the halogen combined with the other element and resulting in the formation of interhalogen compound. And here the less electronegative halogen is written first. Similarly, as in case of sodium chloride and all other ionic compounds, here the less electronegative halogen is written first, like ClF, chlorine fluoride. Here fluorine has higher electronegativity, further we name it as ide. So chlorine fluoride. Similarly, ICl3, iodine trichloride, and bromine pentafluoride. So these are the different interhalogen compounds, and there are general methods for the preparation of interhalogen compounds. You can go through book. There are different reactions given for the interhalogen compounds. So they have different properties, chemical properties, and different physical properties. Further, you can be asked in exam to draw their structure. So to draw the structure of any interhalogen compound, first of all you have to name the compound, that is write the compound, that is if it is uh, chlorine trifluoride, then you have to go for its hybridization. So to calculate the hybridization, you have to write the valency. This is the general formula: valency of central atom plus number of monovalent atoms present there plus positive charge if any, minus negative, you have to add positive charge and subtract the negative charge, if any divided by 2. So here ClF3, there are valency of central atom is chlorine is the 7 plus number of monovalent atoms 3 plus there is no positive charge, no negative charge, divided by 2. So it comes to be 7 plus 3, 10 divided by 5. So they are so its hybridization is such that there are 5 hybrid atomic orbitals are present. So 5 hybrid atomic orbitals exist in the sp3 dehybridization. If there comes to be 4, then most probably it is sp3, because there are 4 hybrid orbitals, 3 plus 1, here 3 plus 1 plus 1, so total 5. So it is the sp3 hybridization. And as per sp3 hybridization, there are now chlorine has 3 atoms, so 3 positions are occupied by these 3 atoms, fluorine, 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 and further there are 2 orbitals. These are containing lone pair of electron, and in center this is the chlorine present. So shape of the ClF3 is T shaped. So it is T shaped atom. Further there are other interhalogen compounds like AX5 type, so you have to write there. Further there are interhalogens, ions and pseudo halogens. So what are pseudo halogens? These are the certain uninegative radicals made up of 2 electronegative atoms which possesses properties similar to the halide ions. Like most common are the pseudo halogen are like cyanide. So you can be asked in an exam in a 1 number question that identify the pseudo halogen from the given set of the ions. So these are the pseudo halogens. There are many others written in the book, like this is cyanide, this is cyanate, this is thiocyanate, or cyanogen, that is Cn twice, this is cyanogen, oxocyanogen, OCN twice, this is oxocyanogen. So this is the pseudo halogens, and this completes your chapter. So there are lots of reactions, so let me repeat again. You are not supposed to go through all the reactions. You have to just study the pattern or trend, and if you want to draw the structure of any of the given compound, just try to learn this formula through different examples and try to derive the hybridization, and that hybridization will tell you about the structure of the molecule. Similarly, suppose that you have been asked in the exam that I3 negative exists, but F3 negative doesn't exist. Sorry, F3 negative, this doesn't exist. So why? You can explain this. F3 negative is not known because fluorine has no vacant d orbitals. So you can explain different properties through electronic configuration. So iodine has vacant d orbitals, whereas fluorine, from the electronic configuration fluorine, you can write the electronic configuration of fluorine 1s2 2s2 2p5. Here no d orbitals are present, so hence fluorine can't expand its octet, whereas iodine can expand its octet and can form I3 negative. So this is the reason. So there are different questions like predict the shape of ClF4 positive cation. So valency of central atom is 7, 4 monovalent atoms plus 1 is the charge divided by 2. 7 plus 4 plus 1, 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So it is the you have to withdraw its draw its hybridization and then its structure. So you can be asked as, how does calcium carbide and aluminium carbide differ? Al4C3. So if you will hydrolyze calcium carbide, it will result in the formation of acetylene. If you will hydrolyze this aluminium carbide, it will result in the formation of methane, CH4. So similarly, there are many other reactions, questions you can go through your book. There are number of questions and you can solve them. So this completes your chapter of the P block elements.